So, you see the so.
You ready?
Mm-hmm.
I know.
Welcome back to Shooting the Shit with Rhonda and T. Tonight we're gonna cover Married to Medicine. But before we start, let them know what you gonna tell them.
Okay. Smash that thumbs up button, subscribe to our channel.
That's right.
I'm gone. Oh no. Like a minute, wait, like a truck.
So
And he's gone.
he's gone. So tonight's episode starts off with Anila. She visits Quad. And she brings her this long hair. I don't know what it's about.
Anila got bundles and bundles.
It was just long. I was like, who's gonna wear that? That was just okay.
Girl, you'd be surprised. You'd be
Oh, I
surprised.
guess, child. Quad said you take care of your weave like you take care of your vajayjay. Then they talk about Anila's house being 14,000 square feet. And Quad asks, is that going to be a problem for Toya? Because Toya house is only 9,000 square feet.
I mean, that does seem like a Toya thing to be annoyed about, but are we really discussing 9,000 and 14,000 like the big houses? That's a
Big,
lot.
too big for me.
Both
This
of
is
them.
way too big. But you know, it's a saying out there that people want to see you to do good, just not better than them.
Not better than them.
So I could see that being the issue. She just made it that big because she knew mine was this, so she tried to make it big.
That's a Toya thing to be irritated about. You know?
Yeah. Okay, so Quad said her issue with Toya is that she doesn't take ownership for anything and nothing is ever her fault.
I think Quad is absolutely right. And I think Quad got a lot of nerve. She has the same problem.
She does. They share that part right there. So
it's so nice to be able to point out flaws in other people.
right.
You know.
So we're at Dr. Simone's house. And Cecil, grown ass, come in the house with a book bag and his school uniform on.
I'm dying because my notes say Cecil has a backpack.
Did you see? But he had the whole school uniform. He had the shirt that they wear and the khaki pants. He
looked like Dora the Explorer.
He talking about he had a listing appointment. No, your ass ain't had no appointment. Simone says she got to show him something, but he said he had to get him a drink before he could see whatever it was that she wanted to show him.
I know he did. He probably was like, Lord, they done found out that this dude was taking pictures of the girl.
That is probably what he thought.
Like, I don't know what this is.
That's probably what he thought. So she shows him the news story about Lisa Nicole company. They were given a free COVID test during the pandemic, but people never received their results. Simone says during COVID, some labs was legit and some was not. I will say, now I don't know about never getting their COVID results back, but I will say when the pandemic first started, it did take a while to get your results back. I remember the first time I got mine, I was like, if I did have it, you know, I've been spread it by now because I think it took like almost 3 weeks before I got my results back.
This is the thing. Why is she doing results? So I don't understand. She has a lab, and she doesn't have the equipment to do the results. So you put yourself in a position to rely on somebody else's company to do it for you. That just doesn't even make sense. Why is she doing a lab?
why is she doing this period when she just selling clothes? What does she have to do with this part?
Right. Then what, right.
Lisa Nicole is what they call, like they said, a shyster, a hustler, and she saw it as a way to get rich quick during the pandemic. That's all that was. She threw that shit together, and them people never got their results.
I mean, that just seems like a big thing to just throw yourself into. You know what I'm saying?
Well, we see how she operates.
Lab equipment, none of that sounds like it would be cheap. It sounds like it was, you know what I mean? Like it sounds like an expensive investment.
That was the stuff. That was the thing. She didn't have the lab equipment. That was the whole thing. They was
right, but that's not even you did. You over here with a fashion line. Like, what makes you want to go do that? Like for me, I don't want to have nothing to do with trying to handle any of that because that's not what I do.
Yeah,
I can't answer no questions about anything.
Yeah, that's just, that ain't something. But did her husband help her? Because I mean, we know Heavenly did it in conjunction, and her husband is a doctor. Lisa Nicole's husband is a doctor, right?
Yeah, but Heavenly is also a doctor, and I don't think she probably had much to do with Damon's COVID testing, except helping, you know, be out there swabbing that part.
Right.
You know what I mean? I don't think she had anything to do with that because
but I'm saying them being doctors, because Lisa Nicole is not a doctor. So
no.
Your husband was. So did your husband at least help you with it, or was this just a Lisa Nicole thing?
Probably just a Lisa Nicole thing.
I could believe it. Simone calls Heavenly. Heavenly calls Jackie and Quad, and they discuss what's going on in the news. I guess they was all on three-way, four-way. Simone to make that call, but she had to admit, damn, I should have listened to Heavenly. She ain't want to, but you should have listened to her.
Yeah, but now she had to call them because their names are all attached to that event.
And now you got an event. Now you got her in the news. Now people finna be looking at all of y'all sideways.
All of y'all, yeah.
This was a Married to Medicine event. You know what I'm saying? So Jackie said she ain't gonna be at the event. She gonna be on call during the town hall. So y'all had that.
Jackie's hands had nothing to do with that shit.
Nothing. Heavenly ass was like, your ass always on call when it's convenient for you. I ain't mad. That was a good.
Me either. She's like,
so she could be like, I wasn't there. I wasn't.
Plus,
I don't know what happened.
Her and Simone are not on the best terms, so it's not like you didn't invite me to the graduation party.
And she probably sitting back like, your ass didn't want to listen to Heavenly. Heavenly tried to tell you, like she told her before, Heavenly tried to tell you about going in business with her. That's your thing. You partnered up with her. I'm gonna be over here delivering these babies. I ain't doing that. Okay, so this part right here irritated me. So we see Contessa in the kitchen cooking, and then she's talking to her life coach when Scott comes in from work. He tried to excuse herself because he asked who she was talking to. She said her life coach. He said, okay, I'll step up. But she was like, no, we almost done. So she made him stand there and listen to the conversation. The coach.
Well, that was her first mistake because that
she should have let him go.
Let him go.
The coach said something about her complaining and whining. And so she interjected him and asked, do I whine? He said no. But he does agree that she does complain a lot. Then she said he jumps in on insults, but not the compliments. He didn't jump in on nothing. You asked. He didn't insert himself in the conversation. You brought him in. And then you mad because you ain't like what he said. He said you don't whine, but you complain. Yes, what you doing right now.
Contessa stresses me out.
Yeah. He's like, I want to leave, you know. She starts an argument. Then she end up asking him, did he have a life coach? And he said, yeah, I have one. He said he don't pay her. and he got her about 6 or 7 months ago. She asked him how he met the girl, and he said through the internet. Now Scott know he ain't got, or what, or maybe he calling his new boo the life coach. Maybe that's who he referring.
I mean, he said it out there. He said what it is. You asked for it and he told you.
He said, I don't pay her though. She just listened to me. I mean, I guess you could call that a life coach. You know, your next boo thing to sit up there and you complain about your wife and she be like, oh, I'll never do you like that. Oh my God.
Oh, okay.
She start crying and arguing, and he do what he do. He walked away. He like, I ain't got time for this. He like, I just came home. I ain't come in. She looked like she was doing a nice little crab boil or some kind of boil, and she messed all of that up. That irritated me. I'm like him.
I just think, you know, it's almost like when maybe it's just her approach, and she's coming across so damn annoying. Because when Melanie Holt did it to Martell, you kind of felt for her. You know what I'm saying?
Because she put it out there.
She's putting it out there. And this dude just sat there and told her he had a life coach that he don't pay, that he met on the internet. Okay. And then walks away.
Which has been their complaint with what they do. I think the difference with Melanie is Melanie just flat out said it. And by Contessa not saying it, you know, don't nobody know what nobody ever do. You know, she
didn't have to say it. He just said it. So now what?
But that's
and he said it in front
why
of the camera.
I think we felt sorry and we understood Melanie more. Because Melanie was more blunt about hers. And Contessa she just do too much. Like 1 minute, I don't know, you walk around here tomorrow, y'all having sex 4 or 5 times on the trip. We already Christian that room. And then the next minute, you know.
When they started, they were doing it. They couldn't even make it to dinner with Al Sharpton on time because they couldn't keep their hands off each other.
Exactly.
And then after that, everything just, you know.
Come on. I told you that was some bull in the beginning.
Well,
this ain't the first time he's been doing this.
There's nothing else left to say. Like, she keeps saying she want to talk about it. You don't want to talk about it. It just keeps leaving.
It just is what it is.
Just put yourself out of your misery, for God's sake.
So it is the day of the town hall event. Simone tell Lisa Nicole right after the event, you need to tell the other ladies up front what's going on with you. Just hit that running so it won't be a bunch of side-eyeing questions. Just let them know right after the event. Then Simone Shady Self gonna say she helped the feds don't come and interrupt the event looking for Lisa Nicole. Oh shoot, let me see.
What the heck was Toya wearing? And why did she have 2 ponytails?
She looked like that was that long hair that Neela had, them long ponytails. She looked like she done wrapped that mug on.
What was she doing?
What
was she dressed as?
Not sophisticated. I don't know what came. I didn't know what that was. I don't know. Get that. Everyone shows up at the event. They're getting ready to go on. Toya asked Quad, did she practice? And Quad says she didn't need to practice because she's been doing this for 3 years. Toya says if she had practiced a little bit more, she might be employed. You know what? I didn't think that came across to me. It didn't come across cocky when Quad said that.
It's like, I know how to do it. Like, I don't have to practice.
Because she literally had been doing it for the past.
That's what I was doing.
Yeah.
Quad is, Toya's not talking about people being employed.
Yeah, like what we have not seen you do anything. And then you ask her, did she practice? What they didn't ask her to do nothing. She just on her phone.
She was practicing though. She
On
was
her
practicing
phone?
real. Yeah.
What was she? You wasn't a panelist. They didn't interview you. They didn't ask you no questions.
She sent out her very own PSA on her Instagram.
She could have did that from the crib. She could have did that for the crib.
Yeah, I was like, I know we're not talking about people being employed, Toya. That's not what we're doing.
Stop.
Okay, girl.
Right. Come on now. So they had a couple of panelists, and everybody answered various questions. I mean, it was a nice event for the voting initiative. It worked, along with the efforts of the other people that did their thing.
Well, yeah, the other people that did show up did, gave out some valid information.
Stacey Abrams, all of them was out there. Georgia went and they went to bat for that election.
Yeah.
And we needed it. So we thank you, Georgia. Y'all did the damn thing. Y'all got us up in there. Okay, so the event is over. They go out to eat. And actually, Carrie Messy Ass is the one who brought it up before anybody.
I just get annoyed when I see her standing there. She just hurts my nerves.
Yeah, Carrie was the one who brought it up. Carrie said, I don't even know how you even here after everything. That was a nice way of her bringing it up, I guess. But she was going to bring it up. And that's your girl. But okay.
She's the one that wasn't supposed to be bringing it up.
Right,
Let's get to the mess.
Yeah.
I don't have all day. So, girl.
Like, we was waiting on having to be like, Lisa Nicole, what kind of shit? I didn't watch the Nope, it was your girl.
Didn't do it.
It was your girl. Watch that. She ain't your friend.
And her explanation was bullshit.
She said
crazy.
They had delayed results in July. And because the cases were spiking up in Georgia during that time. Quad said now it was reported that someone had to test in June and they was just getting their results back, and it's now October.
And some didn't get their results back at all.
Clearly. And what the hell is October? I didn't affected everybody. Hell, I didn't die. Like Quad said, when am I supposed to get my results from the grave?
Right.
Lisa said, when people get upset, they start filing complaints.
Yeah.
Duh.
Yeah.
They should have. First of all, do you remember how you had to psych yourself up to even go?
Don't do it.
For them to stick that shit up your nose and turn that thing about 4 times.
They turn it for a long time. They keep turning and turning.
I think that dude turned it too. I just finally said, ow. I was like, is that what you was waiting on for me to holler out?
I mean, I don't know. My eyeball was tearing for 2 days.
Yes. And then I couldn't breathe. My sinuses and stuff was.
Yeah.
That took a lot to even bring yourself to do that.
And then you hear nothing.
And then even if you didn't feel sick, your mind be like, what if I got it? That's when it was new too. Like, oh my God. You know what I'm saying? What if it come back?
That's why she had no business getting involved in any of that.
That was horrible. You
don't know anything. Like I said, if I couldn't answer a single question.
None.
Nothing. So then why am I getting myself involved in that?
Quite asked her, was she under investigation with the feds? And she said, no. Yeah, that was a federal investigation. You said A&G came and talked to you, right? IG, who did she say? Anyway, the feds came and talked to you. And that's a court investigation. Whether or not you got arrested or not, the fact is you were under investigation with the.
And she shut down. Is she still doing that? Where's the lab now? What's going on with that?
We ain't heard nothing else about that.
Right. So
Probably shut her down.
they shut her down.
Mm-hmm. She said she collected the tests and she sent them to a lab for results. Simone said, you calling yourself a lab, but you outsourcing to prevent a lawsuit. She said, I'm not calling the way that she conduct business shady, but she crooked as hell though.
So that sounds like she did that after the fact. You know what I'm saying? Like she in her mind, I guess, I don't know what she thought her lab was gonna be doing during the middle of a pandemic that didn't even exist. You know what I'm saying? Like I would imagine the labs that were effective existed before the pandemic.
You talking about her lab existed before the pandemic or the lab?
No, the ones that were not having any, like Dr. Damon. Dr. Damon didn't have to go out, I'm sure, and buy all this equipment. They were probably a group of doctors that had access to that, you know what I'm saying? To run a lab because they're doctors, to run testing. She didn't have equipment. She said, we're a lab, but we didn't have the equipment to do COVID testing.
Then that don't make you a lab.
So then what are you, just an office space waiting on equipment? That's what I'm saying. So then did she outsource the lab after the fact? Where you got to get in line behind everybody else that lab is using?
She took all the results and I guess she held it until she could find a lab, but she wants to be the first one to get the stuff first.
Okay.
Her results are just now coming back in October.
They probably in the trunk of her car.
Oh my God. I mean, could it been that high? I don't know. I'm sitting up here thinking she probably went just like some of these places, because the one I went to, they had a little mobile little thing and they was outside under a tent or whatever.
Right.
But then they went to Quest. I don't know who she used. You know what I'm saying?
Right.
They used Freddie in them laboratory. What's the name? What's the name of the laboratory that the kids used? Dexter. She used Dexter.
I don't know. You know, Simone learned her lesson, and you know, you shouldn't hate Heavenly so much to see that shit is a disaster.
One thing we do know, Heavenly is about her business, so they could stop all that. Heavenly is definitely about her business, and we know that.
At least Nicole lies all the damn time.
All the time.
She's always lying.
Goodness. So Simone calls Jackie to announce that to the rest of the girls that they're going on a girl trip.
Toy says she ain't going on a daggone girl trip with them.
Jackal Island. She promised it's gonna be about fun and not healing this time. They're gonna have big fun. Anila asks, is the man coming on the trip? And Contessa says Scott can't come on this trip. They asked what he did, and she said what he didn't do. Quit bringing it up. Just quit bringing it up. You know what he did. If you didn't hint around every time we go sit around the table about what Scott did. Quit bringing it up if you ain't gonna talk about it. And then Anila, then she says the girls' trip. What you mean the men? She just said it's a girls' trip. Oh my goodness. Simone.
You are so worked up. It's so funny.
Then Simone says something about it being a sisterhood, and Toya says, really? You know, she was ready. But
her liquor kicked in. I was like, here we go. So,
she tried it. She tried it with the first one. She said, I ain't going. And then they ignored her. So then she tried it again with her really. But see, I don't think they had enough drinks there at that dinner. It wasn't at a restaurant.
She was just getting there, but she wasn't all the way over there.
Yeah, you know. We know she keep it in the car, but you know,
I just don't understand. Like, we're going on a trip. Yay. It's not going to be about healing. Yay. We don't want to do that because that's too much deep,
We're gonna have just
We
fun.
just
We
want to
promise.
go just have fun. And they could do that and have fun.
Yeah.
But no, I don't want to go. Because are we really a sisterhood? Well, then don't go. Because if you don't, it'll probably be fun.
It's really gonna be fun because you're the one that everybody has
But you're
an issue
mad
with.
all the
Yeah.
time.
Yeah, it's really gonna be fun. If you and Lisa Nicole ask could stay at home, it will really be fun. So we see, oh, wait a minute, I almost jumped because it was, Simone, she pulled Anila to the side and want to talk about she hope her and Toya could get it together for the trip.
Why? She doesn't have to. Anila gets along with Heavenly and she gets along with Quad. And if Toya's a bad attitude, stuff like, I done tried. I'm not
That's what
gonna
she's
do it
saying.
anymore.
She's
And
like,
she didn't
you
even
need to
do
talk to her
nothing.
one-on-one.
Why is it on her to fix it with Toya?
And that's what she wants to know. Why are you always on Toya's side? I didn't already pull this girl and had a one-on-one conversation that still didn't work. And Simone do this all up in your face talking to you. You need to back the hell up. Okay. And you loud as hell. And then you right there in your face, like.
I'm glad Anila like popped off though.
Yeah.
Because she been being quiet,
And she gonna tell her, stop being so dramatic. Girl, if you get out my face, that's what you. Then while they going back and forth, because Simone loud as hell, so the whole damn restaurant didn't heard.
Everybody here, yeah.
Toya and Carrie messy ass, because Carrie just want to hear what's going on. So Toya come in and they going back and forth, and Anila says to Carrie, now have you heard me say something bad about Toya? And Carrie said, no. You know what I'm saying? And Toya still want to tell Neela why she wrong. Neela like, F all of y'all, and she left.
Because she hasn't been talking behind her back. Every time you see her, you're just so mean to her. And so she's like, why is she being mean to me? I didn't even do anything.
You the one was talking shit about me to the whole damn neighborhood.
Yeah, and them too.
Yeah. Quiet was up, and Simone, I don't know what's wrong with Simone. Why she's so team Toya, because she ain't got Jackie. She don't know what the hell to do. She talking about, tell her that she hurt your feelings when she was talking about your finances and all of that shit. And Toya calls herself half-ass apologizing to Choir, but in the midst of it, she digging on her because she keep calling her spot an apartment. Like, it ain't no damn apartment, it's a townhouse. Okay, I'm sorry, but like I said, I had never been to your apartment. I was like, she thinks she funny. She thinks she funny. But
I mean, she's sorry. And I think it's a stupid argument because Quad is a nice place. Like, stop defending your shit.
You ain't got to. She's still out of her little 9,000 square foot in a minute.
She's miserable.
She got them go. And you'll still have your townhouse. Anyway, Quad accept their apology. Because I'm tired of talking about it. Simone like, yeah, she apologized. I'm like, Simone, go sit your ass in the corner and figure out your issues with Jackie.
That was also weird. That whole thing, the way that whole thing played out was strange to me.
My goodness.
Because I honestly, like, if I was Quad, don't apologize. Because
you said
we good.
Yeah. You said how you feel and I believe you. You know what I'm saying? So apology don't mean nothing. That's how you felt.
That's how you felt. That's how you feel clearly because you can't even stop saying it.
Yeah. So Anila visited Jackie. I thought Jackie looked cute when she came to the door with her little outfit on.
She did. And you know what? I didn't even know that was her. I
You
was like,
did. Her hair was down and her makeup was pretty.
situation. Yeah.
Yeah, she thought she looked cute. So Anila fills Jackie in on what all she missed. And she said, you know, I don't talk to her about other people. When I do talk about her, it's about saving our relationship, nothing negative. And Jackie advice was to talk to her one-on-one. She said she did that. And Jackie in her confessional say, you know, some people are only meant to be friends for a season. So maybe she just need to give that up.
Let that go.
I agree. Do you really want that to be your friend though?
I mean, it's not. It shouldn't be that hard. I'm not gonna work hard to have a friendship with somebody.
Yeah.
It's supposed to just organically happen.
Exactly.
And if you gotta press it, then I'm good. I'm gonna stay in my apartment. You can stay at your house, and that's that. Shoot. If
I see you on the
each
show.
other, then hey, what's up?
Yeah. It is what it is. I'm
It is.
not.
It is.
You gonna be seeing me. That should be cool. Shoot. Every time you turn around, I'll be married to medicine on my whatever her IG, whatever she be doing. Her clothes.
What?
No, Anila.
Oh.
Yeah.
Anila's not going nowhere. I think she stepped up and did the smart thing and has relationships with other people besides just you know.
And she really has had got a relationship with Heavenly and Quiet. We see that now outside of the show. So, you know.
I see why her and Quiet get along.
Jackie, her samples came in for her sunscreen.
While y'all playing, Jackie is not playing.
Look, I need some of that. I want some of that. I want to try that. She ain't
Y'all
playing.
there arguing about whose stomach was fat.
Right. Yeah. So
who live in an apartment, and Jackie over here, she's like, I'm not going to none of these ridiculous events that y'all having. And yeah. Check out this skincare line. And it does sound like something you wanna try.
I'm like, damn, 4th of July gonna be up. I'm trying to be on the beach. Damn, I wish I had some of Jackie's sunscreen lotion.
And it's coming from a doctor. So you know what I'm saying? It's not like Lisa Nicole found a place online.
Oh goodness. Okay, so they getting ready for their trip. Carrie brings Jackie a gift because she said she let white people come on the trip. A little comment I guess Jackie made. We didn't see that part. Lisa Nicole shows up driving an RV. So they have fun. They're on the thing. They're on their way to get Heavenly first because she's an hour out compared to everybody else.
So wherever they're driving to is somewhere like that, you know, the RV is the destination. I mean, the RV is the transportation to the destination.
Yeah. Okay. And it's actually Lisa Nicole's RV. And even though she put her driving, she did get a driver. So they do have a driver. So they having fun talking about if Toya was a gynecologist, how she would act. So you couldn't be my gynecologist.
Nah. She's showing up to work with them long ponytails.
Bad. Stop. Yes. They pick up Heavenly. Heavenly says Lisa RV is old and Hope is not reliable, like unreliable like Lisa. Now, Heavenly, you did start it. You ain't say it to her though, but you is starting this time. You came in talking about the RV.
The older one, as far as I'm concerned. Nicole been coming for her every time.
They go around, they talk about their biggest fear. Carrie said her biggest fear is crashing in the RV.
That was the only thing funny that she said since she's been on the show.
Right. Lisa said her biggest fear is trusting people. And then that's when Heavenly like, you got a problem trusting people because you weren't trustworthy. So that starts.
I think that's so true though. I think
It
that's
is
so
true.
Just like people that aren't trustworthy, like that's how they roll.
Yeah, because they know how they are.
Yeah.
So
Yeah.
exactly. Then
See, why are we playing this game? They said it was gonna be fun, but here we go playing these games that are
who
gonna
came
lead
up with that game?
was that Simone's idea?
That sound like a Simone idea. Heavenly brings up Lisa Kovic's scam. They get into it. Lisa called her a bitch. Heavenly said, "Your mama a bitch," because that's what she do. And Lisa tried to put Heavenly off the RV.
It took Heavenly back to the space where she talked about people's mama is a bitch.
Can't help it. It popped out so fast. It just
You
naturally.
know what's ridiculous about that whole thing? Like, I don't even think that would make me that mad. Like, it's just funny.
But your mama a bitch.
Yeah.
They get so mad. And
That just doesn't make me angry.
herself
I'm
ain't
like,
finna
okay.
fight. She knows she ain't gonna fight. She told me, I want her off my bus. Child. So that was it for this episode. Next week, baby girl gonna tell on Scott. They showed the preview.
I told on Scott.
She said
I already told on Scott.
she said that she was on her daddy phone to sound like. She said the Siri called Dr. Scott girlfriend, and Siri said, which one? Siri out here snitching.
Snitching. That's funny.
Oh,
Look here.
my goodness.
Contessa, Scott already told you he got a girlfriend. When is the last time you spent 6 months talking to some dude?
Ain't been no 6 months.
Just talking, because he needs therapy. He just needs somebody to talk to.
Yeah, no, that ain't happening.
Not his wife, though. Scott got a girlfriend, Contessa. He just told you he did.
He already told you. He ain't got to pay her. Look.
I'm a therapist and I don't pay for her.
Oh my goodness. So we'll see next week when All America come back. Remember to subscribe to this channel. Hit that like button.
And drop down in the comments. Thank you.
Don't get mad at us. We just shoot it. Bye.
Bye.